What's up, y'all? Today I want to share with you guys a book that I like to think about a lot called End Procrastination by Peter Ludwig and Adela Schicker. How to Stop Postponing and Live a Fulfilled Life. One of the things I love about this book is that they have all these cute little figurine pictures, right? So here is us. Here is our A Fulfilled Life. And this is the procrastination trap. How do we just get here? And one of the biggest concepts that I learned was that obviously we have our rational brain and our emotional brain. But the book talks about how our emotional brain, since it's more ancient and what we rely on, it's typically overpowers our rational brain. How many of you out there has really thought about, hey, today I'm going to go work out. Hey, I'm going to go work extra today. I'm going to put some extra hours. Maybe I'm going to go eat healthy today and end up not doing it and end up just doing the complete opposite. I'm sure we've all been there. So the way that they mention in this book, it says there's a Buddhist metaphor of the elephant and the rider. Right here. Right? The elephant and the rider. And everyone's personality can be divided into these two creatures. So they mentioned how the rider here is our rational brain and our emotional brain is this elephant. And you see the size disparity is because, our emotions are much stronger than our rational brain sometimes. So they talk about how this isn't actually an issue, right? Ideally, we want our rational and emotional brain to work together to get towards our goal, right? Here's a little figurine. Rider and elephant together, combine power to get after your goals. That's the ideal world. But that's not how it works, right? Over time, through our everyday lives, we go through work, we have to do chores, and by the end of the day, we're tired, right? Our cognitive resources goes down, and that results into here, right? This is where the rider is sleeping and the big elephant just does whatever he wants. See a little smoke cigarette. Yeah, and I'm sure we've all been there too, where we're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I told myself I'm not doing this. So how do we stop this? So they tell us we have to increase our cognitive resources, pretty much meaning that we have to increase our willpower and we have to build good habits, right? But how do we build good habits, right? And to do that, we have to train our elephant, our emotional elephant. And this is one of my favorite pictures in the book. Emotional aversion is an obstacle that leads to paralysis and an inability to perform rationally planned action. Okay, that was a mouthful, but I'll explain it to you here. Here's our elephant, here's our rider. When we see our habit and task to do, it's typically too big. And the elephant gets so scared. It's like, hey, I ain't jumping over that. That's too high. And the rider can't do anything. Our rational brain has to say, like, oh, can't do anything about it. The elephant doesn't want to jump. How do we fix this? There's only one way. You got to lower that habit. You got to lower that little hump down so that it doesn't become like a huge obstacle towards our emotional elephant brain. And it here shows that initial paralysis, it ain't jumping over that. By lowering the obstacle as much as possible, it goes, oh, okay, this is not too bad. I can do this. I can just eat one banana. I can just do 2 push-ups. I can just read 1 sentence, right? No emotional resistance at all. And when you do this 20 to 30 times, you train your emotional elephant brain to go, oh, I think I can do a little bit something harder now. I can increase it. And you end up overcoming the paralysis. And you end up training your elephant to do harder tasks. And actually, I was going to end it there today, but it also shows that sometimes we start a good habit, but then we break the habit. At that point, what do? Right? We break the habit. What do? We break the habit. This is time. This is the quantity. We slowly increased it over time. It says that we must be willing to start again at a lower state and slowly build it back up. We cannot just start right here and go across directly. Meaning that if we slowly start from 2 push-ups and ended up doing 20 push-ups one time, one day when we stop doing 20 push-ups for a week, we look at that 20 push-ups and we go, whoa, I ain't doing that. That's too much. We gotta start back at 2 push-ups again. And with that being said, the second time you do it through, it's actually going to be much easier. You might just be 2 push-ups to 8 push-ups to 14 push-ups to 20 push-ups. It might not be that linear, but the second time through is always easier. But we must always, once we break a habit, know to be humble enough to start back at a low place so that we can trick our emotional elephant brain to hop over it. And that's how we really find synergy between our rational rider brain and our emotional elephant brain. So I challenge everyone out there to really think about something that you want to do and figure out a way where you can lower that obstacle, like lower that habit requirement, so that your rider and your elephant can hop over that together. So with that being said, thanks for listening today, guys, and until next time, peace.